you, Alaina Huffman, Samantha Smith, Briana Buckmaster, and Kim Rhodes. Come this way. I do it. And you stay right here, Sam. Brandon, you stay right there. And Alaina, stand right here. Right here. And then Kim, come over here. Stay right here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is like the evolution of pants. From the skirt to the not quite a skirt to the, we'll try this and let's put it all together. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the ladies.
Good morning. I didn't know what he was doing when he was lining us up like that. Could be a number of things.
Sorry, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I love how we all were like, okay.
You were all a little nervous, and then it was a pants party.
But there were enough of us that we could totally take them out.
I am, just for everyone out there, I am wearing pants. Don't panic. They're on there. I'm not going to flash you all.
Like my pants are like underwear now. I'm not awake yet. I just want everybody to know if I'm staring into the abyss, it's because I've fallen asleep.
Yeah, are we doing over-under time bets for when coffee kicks in for anyone? Has anyone started that yet? Well, you should.
You guys are asleep too. Oh no, you guys just had a panel. You guys are wide awake.
Who came to karaoke last night? Y'all killed it. That was so fun. Right? I know. We had fun. But I bet you guys had fun too. We went to a PJ party.
Yeah. The PG party was dirty. Not that it ever isn't anymore.
Do you guys still play Cards Against Humanity?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fun. Yes. Yes.
This is not my microphone. I don't know if you noticed that. This is coffee that I have clearly not consumed enough of yet.
Good projection though.
Thank you. I used to do Shakespeare.
Stage actor. Our shoes are shiny.
Great. We should let them ask some questions.
No,
we can
fuck them.
get random focus. I'm just going to be up here. Yeah, this is what you get if you don't line up and ask some questions.
It will be a disaster in 25 minutes, don't worry. We'll all just be smashing our heads into each other. Yes, you've been lined up, waiting patiently.
Since yesterday.
Hi, I'm Briana. I'm from Seattle. I just want to say, Kim, your videos really warm my heart, and I love it. It's like a big hug to me when I needed it. Thank you. I was there at San Francisco last year, and you guys told the story about the melted angel blade, and it was so funny. Do you have any other questions, like any stories like that? That was like hilarious.
About props that look like dildos? Must be one or two.
Angel blade looks like a dildo?
Oh, Alaina, you guys, that would be painful.
Oh, it's melted.
So no, it was melted. So the blade part melted into the ground, so it was just the handle sticking up.
Seems like a missed opportunity to me.
And then we were supposed to walk past and turn towards camera and look like, ooh, shit's going down because and we couldn't. They got a shot of the back of us because it was 2 o'clock in the morning and we couldn't stop giggling every time we walked past the dildo on the floor.
Oh my god, that's so good. Wow, it's a good memory.
So no, but I'll apparently repeat that story.
I love that story. Thank you for sharing.
Is your question specifically, are there any other props that look like sex toys?
It's like funny moments where you're like on set and you're like, whoa, okay, that just happened, or like
I mean,
funny moment.
Okay.
I feel like our workplace is not the most appropriate, so I feel like almost any situation could turn into that. Like, how many times have you guys been like bound to something? I've been
at work or
yeah. Well, we can talk about anything. But I have been like bound and gagged many times.
oh, God, it's just such a good day when Alaina starts with that.
At work. At work is what we're talking about. It's always just awkward because you're like, ha ha ha, yeah, funny. Oh, we're going again? Someone has to tie you up and they're always so awkward about it. And they're like, is the gag too tight? I'm good. You missed it yesterday, Kim. You're Canadian. I was saying, does anybody know what deep and delicious is? And Kim goes, is that another sex thing? So this is where my brain is for the whole weekend. No, it's a cake. It's a cake. Yes.
Sounds like a sex thing.
It really does. Yeah. Anyway, sorry everyone. Are there any children in the audience today? Just yours.
There's two, but we know their names.
Okay. So I guess the answer is no, honey. Thank you so much. Back at you.
Thank you. Good luck.
We start talking about sex and everybody starts lining up.
Hello, ladies. My name's Katie from Seattle. I was just wondering, through Supernatural and kind of just everything you guys have gone through with podcasts and things, what has Supernatural and all the relationships you've cultivated through these friendships have taught you about girlhood and being a woman?
Taught about what?
Girlhood and being a woman. And female relationships and friendships.
Okay. Sure. Oh, good. Oh, we all have.
I can join.
All right.
In this community talking about. I will say something quick, but just kidding, that never happens. What I love about being a woman and being an adult woman, I'm going to say this because I don't know that I had the same feelings about it when I was younger, is that every woman I meet is so important, whether I am best friends with them or not. I think when I was young, I thought you have to be best friends with a girl, and if you're not best friends with them, then they're not your cup of tea. And as I get older, I recognize that if I'm not best friends with a woman, I still can deeply respect the journey that they're on and learn something from it. And so as I meet women throughout, the conventions or podcasts or shooting something, I'm always fascinated about their story. I'm more fascinated than ever about every woman's story that I've met and their journey. And it doesn't mean I have to have a deep, intimate friendship with them to be deeply inspired by them. And I choose to see that as I move through life and meet more and more women.
What a wise word you said.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Beat that. Just kidding.
I think that that's a big question for my wee brain this morning, and I have two answers. The first one is how vital we are to shape this world. I think that it is no surprise when I say that Supernatural is kind of a traditionally masculine environment, and when we walk in, my impulse to feel safe and powerful is to dude bro as hard as the other dude bros and swing my non-existent dick around so I can play with the guys. And that's not my power. My power is to be soft and to be my energy and to be, my energy happens to be, I define it as feminine. So sometimes when I'm surrounded by kumquats, it's important, it's even more important for me to stay an apple. So that everything is represented, and other women have taught me that. The other thing, and I'm so sorry, I know it's Pride Month, and I am a strong female individual, and you're all gonna hate me on the Twitter for what I just am about to say. Guys, it's fucking hard to be a dude sometimes. It is fucking hard. I grew up being told I am my feelings. I grew up being told I have big, I'm too much, I am loud, but it's all about the feelings. So many guys grow up being told you are what you do. And if you don't do right, you are failure, wrong, weak, this. They don't know who they are. So I have so much empathy and compassion for men who are trying to do better when they don't fucking know who they are. I'm not saying these are the men I work with, but I have really learned a lot about compassion for people's journeys rather than judging them as being at their final destination already. So
So that is something I've learned about being a woman.
Yeah, I think for me, like, important relationships, you're just hyper aware of them as you get older, and I think it's less about what gender or what surrounding friendships you have, and more the empathetic aspect of individuals' journeys, and I lean into that as well. I like to sort of look at my friendships for exactly what my friendships are. I am grateful to have a lot of wonderful female friendships, and my favorite thing about the depth of the friendships that I have now is there's not a lot of them, and I'm grateful for that. I think, I always feel like, who do you feel safe telling your good news to? Because not everybody wants you to win. And the ones that you feel safe telling your good news to are the ones who've seen you in the shit. They're the ones that you're like, I don't feel good, and they FaceTime you and you're crying, or meet you up or whatever, and they're the ones that you can tell your good news to, male, female, otherwise. But I think more I'm just an older woman now because I'm mature, I value different things, and so I'm grateful to lean into authenticity and empathy.
I'm trying to articulate, gather all these thoughts into a single point. It has something to do with loyalty to women and advocacy, and how even advocating in a small way for someone else, you learn how to advocate for yourself. And that's where the loyalty comes in. It's like the whole believe her thing. I mean, it's just go on faith that it's okay to stand up for someone. And when all the facts come out, whatever, you can deal with that as it is, but trust first that it's okay. Just be on their side, be on your side. All of us are on the same side. And it's not it's not us versus them. It's just not being afraid to listen to your gut when you're like, hi, that feels, and it's not making any sense.
I think what I hear you saying is that it's not a male versus a female, it's a fear versus love, and trusting your heart to find a love and choose it. That's what Sam said. Sam said that.
I said that in so many more words.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank God for you.
Hi, my name is Kira, and I was wondering for all four of you, what is your all-time favorite memory on set?
There's not one. There's one per week. One of my favorites just comes to the top of my head is when I walked on set the first time I got to work on an episode with Kim, who I don't know if you know that Kim and I knew each other since maybe 5 years before Supernatural existed. So I've been on the set, and it was a very male-dominated set. And to come on set and see my set chair next to Kim's was like a moment where I was like, oh, and we were like, and it was an immediate feeling of solidarity and safety and love, and it changed the temperature of the set a little bit, having both of us there. And I got to work with you at that time, and I was like, just the once, I think, right? And it changed the feeling. It felt how I felt on set, how like that. I mean, and then there's the million times where we just everyone on there crying because we're laughing so hard, and that happened. But that was a moment for me.
I also have, so I don't pick a favorite, I pick the one that pops into my brain. For me, it is, so the camera, for those of you who don't know this, a camera focuses on a space on a point in space. So this way, but also this way. And if you don't step in and occupy that point, you are not in focus. So you have fucked up. So there was a point where Briana had to raise a lollipop and hit a three-dimensional point in space. And that is very hard to do because nobody can mark the point in space. They put marks on floors for me to stand on, but it's very hard for your body to find the exact same point in space. And it, like the first time didn't work, and the second time they were like, "No, you missed it." And she goes, "Oh fuck!" And then she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I cuss a lot."
That was when y'all met.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we gonna be fine.
There's too many. I mean, and it also was a long time ago. I think the as an actor to, be hired and to be flown somewhere and to do a job, like it's a whole experience. It's not even just like the moments on set, it's like the all-encompassing experience of being on set. So I just always feel, I have this alter ego, and she does all my traveling, and her name's Alyssa, and she's my Sasha Fierce or my Black Mamba, or this alter ego that I have that's like, I don't know, she just advocates for me, and so I kind of am a different person when I work, and I love Alyssa, and so she's really special to me. So she comes out, she really showed herself on Supernatural, so that was the best part. I found Alyssa, that was the best part.
I love that. I think probably any moment that came from hitting 911 with Kim, for the exact same reasons you were saying, where it's like, girls! And you could tell the crew was equally excited because they already were in love with Kim Rhodes, and I was going to force myself down their fucking throats. And I did. But yeah, similarly is the first moment I was very excited to meet Kim Rhodes, and sets, and me being very new to film television, didn't really know how sets worked. And so when I saw Kim step outside of the lodge to take the phone call with Alex in that episode, I thought Kim Rhodes was taking a call outside of the lodge, assuming the set was inside the lodge. Anyway, so I was driving to set and I saw her hang up the phone, and I rolled down the window and I went, "Kim! I'm Briana, I'm gonna be working with you! So nice to meet you!" And I hear, "Cut!" So, very established.
We're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine.
It worked out. It worked out.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kira.
Thank you so much, nice to meet you, Doodles.
Kira's last name is Buckmaster. Did you know that? Yeah. It's fucked up. Yeah. Apparently, yeah. She showed me our family crest yesterday. Yeah, I know. Anyway, hi.
Hi. So I have a kind of common question. Out of all of your Supernatural castmates, like whoever you've worked with, who do you think is most likely to be abducted by and probed by aliens?
Misha.
Already has. He already has.
You didn't even have to finish the question.
Possibly.
He's requested the abduction and the probing, multiple probings.
Yeah, no, I think it may be an alien.
He is.
Might be, yes. Next question.
I love that we all. Thank you so much. I love how you thought that might be challenging for us.
There literally no one else came into mind. I was like, I don't know. No. You knew that answer too, though. Everyone in this room knew that answer.
Okay, so this is technically for Alaina, but I kind of want all of you to answer it. So last night at the PJ party, there was a card involving you, your character, Alaina. It was, "Dear Abaddon, I'm struggling with blank. I would like your advice." So we had some pretty fantastic answers because it was Cards Against Humanity. But what is something that all four of you struggle with in your daily life, and how have you been able to overcome that?
And we would specifically ask Abaddon's input on?
Yes.
Okay, great. I mean, because there's some things that I struggle with that I wouldn't necessarily want demonic input.
Or would you?
But exactly, there's other things that Abaddon is the only person I would want to help with that. Yeah. What in my personal life would I?
I think Abaddon would
Jones
be.
I struggle with. I feel like there's a lot of struggle. No, on it, like we could find a funny answer. I feel like if I want to be like open, one thing that is consistent. So I'm a single mom, and in that I mean literally a single mom. Sometimes people use that word differently, but I don't have any emotional, financial, spiritual, or physical support from my kid's father. And it's great, I'm good. I do all the dishes and the cooking and the cleaning and the driving and the kissing and the boo-boos, and every once in a while I'm so angry. And it's usually when I'm overwhelmed, and I'm like, fuck you, I didn't choose this. And that is like probably the biggest struggle that I have, is just like, I'm okay for the most part, and then there's times where I'm like, I'm very mad about this. And the way I deal with it is I allow myself to be mad. And I run a lot. I run. I run away from all of this. It's my therapy. I don't know what Abaddon would do. I think I do know what she would do. I won't do what she would do. High road, high road.
I think I would like Abaddon's perspective with things that my brain latches onto that it thinks are both important and dangerous to me, that quite frankly I have zero fucking control over, but my brain grabs a hold of it and is like, I'm just gonna sit and have a good worry about this for the next 4 or 5 hours. Let's worry, and let's make sure we look down on the socials to confirm, yep, they're worried too. We're all worried about, oh yeah, none of us can do anything about this, but we're all going to die. And I would really like Abaddon's perspective from hell to be like, still here. Still here. Like, some of this shit you can't do anything about. So you can either make hell for yourself or fucking drop it. Like, stop torturing yourself. Act when you can act, and if you can't act, stop it. I feel like that would be Abaddon's response. Like, shut the fuck up. Tell your brain to shut the fuck up. Either tear their throat out or shut the fuck up.
Confirmed. I think I would ask Abaddon how to not take things so personally. I think as I get older, I really lean harder into my Cancerian self, which is, tough exterior, soft and squishy in the middle, and also Capricorn moon. So I'm very like, I'm fine. Fuck you, I'm fine. A lot of that going on in the inside. I'm going, everybody hates me. And yeah, I think that I ask my partner as my main source of groundedness and security in that sense of, he just always like talks things through with me when I'm going, I'm pretty sure that person wants me dead. He's like, okay, let's talk this through. But yeah, I think Abaddon, from what I know, which is not a lot, does not take things personally. Or maybe she does and just does, maybe she's a Cancer as well.
I feel like to her detriment, she's just unapologetic.
Yes, and I would like more advice on that. I think as I get older, there's a, fuck it, as we all say. We all are like, fuck it. But every once in a while, I think with people that I love, I'm a little more sensitive to them.
I think that most of us could probably have a little more unapologeticness in ours. I would like that as well. I think that the first thing that comes to mind is I struggle with time management.
I'm just picturing Abaddon being like,
Well, here's the thing. I think Abaddon would be like, who's time? And so I don't
Eternity.
think right.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why are you worried about that? Fuck them. They can wait. And I don't know that would help me in my daily life. Or maybe it would. Maybe it would. I mean, airplanes leave and shit. Like, when you're not there. So I don't know if Abaddon would help me with that. But I would like to, if I'm going to be late, I'm going to be late. I'd like to worry less about it. So
It's because you have a lot of toiletries.
A lot of toiletries?
Yeah, have you ever been to to Sam's hotel? Sam has a pharmacy. Sorry, I maybe shouldn't. Is that okay to say? I'm like, wow, there's a drugstore in here.
A full pharmacy. And that's not including like the makeup counter. It's just
It was like lotions and.
Oh no, my skincare routine is 7 steps.
Why she looks like this.
I can't count to 7 on my free time, so that's.
It's excessive. I love it so much.
Me too.
I think though, you know, it's actually refreshing because I'm sort of a hurrier, and I feel like my daughter is more a little like, yeah, it'll be there when I get there, and I'm like the car leaves, the school bell rings, you know, so I'm always like annoyed by that. But I also admire people who are like, yeah, I'll get to it when I want to. You know, it's actually really refreshing. I would like to be more like that. I don't think Abaddon is that way. She's
This throat ain't gonna rip itself out! Come on, people!
but it's gonna be on my time.
I feel like it's always Abaddon time.
You're right, yeah, true.
So she doesn't ever feel rushed because she's like, I set the time.
I am at the time, yeah.
Yeah.
She's great.
She gives good advice. That's why she has her own Cards Against Humanity Supernatural version card.
Love this for her.
Yeah, she's got a whole sub-life where she's an advice columnist.
That's so cute. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Abby.
Aw, dear Abby.
Dear Abby. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Being here brings me so much joy, especially today, because I get to experience it with my cousin who's sitting over there being shy.
Hi, cousin.
Her name's Morgan.
Hi, Morgan. This is very comfortable for you right now. Everyone sitting next to Morgan, no.
And I was just wondering what was something that's brought you joy recently.
Greg the goat. If you follow me on social media, you know what I'm talking about. Greg loves me. Greg loves me possibly more than any other individual on this planet. Greg loves me so much, and I love Greg so much. Greg. I do too. He came with that name. Yeah. Oh, Greg.
My daughter's here with me this weekend. That's pretty fun. Yeah. Shout out. She's listening to, Is It Cake in the back. So she can't hear me, but it's pretty fun traveling.
Oh no, she's shouting. She's hearing. She's like, no, I can hear you.
Oh, shut up, Valentina. Ruining this for me. Wait a moment.
Mom loves you. She says you bring her joy. She's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
She's watching Is It Cake. No!
And now she's like watching me on the screen, watching me be humiliated.
The first thing that comes to mind is something very small. I have milkweed growing in my backyard, which I didn't know what it was, and so I let it last year just kind of do its thing, and now I have 1 million milkweed plants, and they're this tall, and they have these beautiful flowers, and they smell so good, and they're a weed, and they will just go crazy, but it's the only place that monarch butterflies nest and lay eggs. So I have like a butterfly sanctuary by accident in my backyard, and it's bringing me so much happiness.
Come over.
Sure.
I love that. That's so
You
wholesome.
can take the train to my house in an hour and a half.
Perfect. Done. Gosh. I don't know, I try and find joy in, I always say like wherever I am is my favorite place, so I just genuinely try to be present, but like the overarching theme of joy in my life is my kids. They do give me a lot of joy. They're a lot of work though.
You have to feed them every day.
So many times a day.
They're just like goats.
Here's my mom gripe. When you take your socks off, unravel them. Like, why do I have to touch so many dirty feet? I can't tell you how many videos on our group chat are like, guys! I mean, they should probably do their own laundry, but anyways, it's my joy.
Except for the socks, which is fair.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, you're bad bitches.
Joyful bad bitches.
Hello, my name's Tabitha. I'm from Lakewood.
Wait, it's Tabitha?
Tabitha. Yeah.
Oh, my daughter's name is Tabitha.
So cool. Anyway, so my question is, Supernatural is described as a comfort show for a lot of us fans, myself included. So I'm curious, what are your comfort TV or movies or books even that you read if you're just feeling down or sick?
I have been reading Good Omens since 2000. I mean, this answer happened way before it ever became a TV series. This answer was so consistent that poor Neil Gaiman himself started responding to me on what was then Twitter, because I am such an adamant. So Good Omens is my book, and I'll tell you the story because I have a microphone right now. So and I got to tell this story to Neil Gaiman to his face. When my mother was dying of cancer, there was not a lot that could make her laugh. And that's when we found the book Good Omens. And I would I read the book and I would laugh out loud, and she would go, "What's happening?" And I would tell her about the spot. So then she read the book and she would laugh, and I would guess at what she was. So we would pass the book back and forth, and each guess what had just made the person laugh. He was the only thing that could make my mother smile when she was dying. That is how we do it. And that is why I understand you. When you show up and look at me with a face full of joy and a heart full of love, I know it's not me. I know it's what you connected to in your own soul that I just got the blessing of being present for. So don't ever think that I judge you when I see you. I am you, okay? And also, Dead Boy Detectives is fucking brilliant. You should watch Dead Boy Detectives. Well, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I made things weird again, didn't I? It's kind of my superpower.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah, that's why that book is like, and that's why I'm so weird with Neil Gaiman, because like he gave me joy with my mother when there was none. That's a big deal. Yeah. I love you.
Why don't you shut up, Kim?
I broke the thing. I do that. I'm sorry. I broke the thing. When I was being tested for autism, she was like, "Do you have any superpowers?" Because she did it in quotes. She was very fair. And I was like, "Yeah, making people cry." And then when I was getting the results, she was like, "You know, I asked you what your superpower was, and you said making people cry. Turns out that is a testable quality, and you're not wrong. That is your superpower." Yay!
Well, mine is very less profound. I realized this though the other day. My comfort shows are, they all have the same theme, and I didn't realize this till the other day. I love Golden Girls. That's a good, right? That's a good throw on. I love Insecure. I love Girlfriends, and I love Sex and the City, and they're all about four girlfriends. And I didn't even put that together till the other day, but those are like my go-tos. I'm rewatching Sex and the City right now. Turns out, dating has always been bad. Yes. Because, you know, any of us that are single now, we're like, God, dating apps suck, and dating sucks. It sucked then.
Oh my God, Jane Austen told us it sucked.
I rewatch Sex and the City once a year since I was probably 21, 22. But now on TikTok, all the youngsters are watching Sex and the City.
Because it just became on Netflix.
But they're dissecting it, and so you're like, oh, like it's fascinating. I love it. I'm with you, and I love Insecure as well.
You know what also I love about it is like they're fashionable, because I feel like we went through this COVID period and we all wore sweatpants, and I'm like, I loved my sweatpants. But I gotta tell you a funny story. I did a movie in Tahiti last year, and two of the actors that were there were French, and I would wear my like sweat shorts like an outfit, and they're like, "Oh, are you going for a run?" I was like, "No, I'm dressed." I was like, "Damn, I'm so not Paris. I'm so Vancouver." Lululemon pants and a bra. So, anyways, I love the shoes in Sex and the City.
Sex and the City, I'm with you on that one. I watch that all the time. I love it. It makes me feel like I'm out when I'm just in my sweatpants in bed. I think my shows that I loved when I was younger still stand, which is Tommy Boy, it's one of my favorite movies, and Royal Tenenbaums, one of my favorite movies, and Devil Wears Prada. I love Devil Wears Prada.
No pressure.
Is it cake?
Well, comfort food is a different thing, right?
Yeah.
No, it's anything with like violence and swords.
House of Dragons?
Yes. No, the new one I haven't watched the new one yet.
That one's pretty intense.
It's pretty, well, yeah, so all that stuff. And yet at the same time, when something really, I'm like, but I just want to know what happened? I don't know. So Vikings.
I read the wiki. I read the wiki breakdown before I'll watch it, so I know what's going to happen.
Mostly I want to know if the dog lives. Okay, so I want to make sure the dog or the dragon or the horse lives.
Yeah.
Just so I'm
There's a
prepared.
website called Does the Dog Live? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
But it's Vikings. It's anything. The Walking Dead, like anything like fantasy, sci-fi, apocalyptic, dystopian, and swords.
Actually makes a lot of sense with all the skulls and things that you wear.
Yeah, because like I'm like sitcoms. Like I'm just not that.
I mean, you have a fucking butterfly sanctuary in your backyard. You don't need to watch that.
You eat it all the
Right, I
time.
have that already. I have that already.
Balance.
Yes, yeah, the skulls and the stuff.
Guns with my butterfly.
You go right, yeah.
Thank you,
Exactly.
Tabitha.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm from Portland. My question for you is there any like supernatural being or creature that you think you could realistically beat in a fight?
Us
And you can have
personally?
like the weapons and the knowledge you have and all that, but no
All of them.
right?
You can have the confidence.
All of them. I've been trained.
Nope. Yeah, I was gonna say none of them. Sounds hard.
I don't even want to try. Just eat me, dragon.
Really?
Not a bad way to go.
It'd be fast.
Maybe one swallow.
It'd be, and I'd die very curious and baffled. There would be enough like, oh, fucking dragons exist, like. Yeah.
That'd be exciting.
Yeah, it would, yeah. I mean, like if they ask me how I want to go, I'm gonna say dragon. Dragon.
Fair.
Dragon treat.
Yeah, I am not one who endeavors to survive the zombie apocalypse. I'll be like,
What are you living for? What are you living for? There's no stores open.
Just
There's
gonna
no
be
TV to watch.
terrified for the rest of your life and things are gonna smell bad.
And I look at it, I'm like, I'm gonna be in charge.
But there you have a Scorpio and a Gemini. Fascinating. Clack.
You'd be in charge of a bunch of brainless dum-dums. Imagine it's like herding
I'll take
kittens. You're like, I'll take it. Take it. It's mine. Power at any cost. Thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mary. I'm from Oregon. I want to say hello to all of you. You guys are very strong women. I've been watching you for years. I love it. I'm an Army veteran, so in the military, it's hard. Thank you. You always have to prove yourself. Why you're there, how you're better or enough, and I'm sure you guys have had to do the same thing with some of the conversations we've already had. So I just wonder maybe how you guys did that. Like, for example, Briana said she, started out not really aware of what to expect. So thinking back to in the beginning, how was that when you came on, trying to prove that you're worth, you should be there, and telling yourself that you're fucking awesome.
On the show, specifically, when we first came on the show.
In life. I mean, the shows
First
are
came
great.
into it.
You already proved that you're awesome. You don't
Thank
have
you.
to.
First of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you, school.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I feel like there's a little bit of, like, I want the opportunity to prove myself. And there's like a work ethic in that. And there's, a pride in growth. So, I don't want to like shun away from that. And then there are times where there's like, you're underestimated or you're not taken seriously, and one of the things I like about maturing as a woman is I feel less seen and more seen than I've ever been. And it's a really freeing feeling. And I feel like I have a lot of value and I understand the world in a different way. So I am a little unapologetic about it. Like there's definitely things that I want to do and I'm just like, okay, oh, you don't see me, great. I'll make sure you do. And you just work through it.
I think for me, it was less a journey of showing up and proving my worth, and more a journey of letting me define my worth. I had to take the definition of who I was away from what I thought the world thought of me, and instead be confident and compassionate with myself and just be like, did you do your best? Great. Then you scored. Is there something you can learn? Great. Learn it, move on. Like, quit moving through the world, giving so much weight to what my imagination tells me you think about me, because what you think about me isn't even actually about me. It's what's inside you that I inflame. So fuck it. Why am I spending so much time worried about other people's imaginations in my imagination? That's fucked. So that is the journey I had to get to. Also, why are the chandeliers not symmetrical? Fucking kidding me!
Some of them probably broke.
There's two there, there's none there. There's two there, there's none.
Oh, like
there's
the tricky
there. No!
But don't you think they probably somebody smashed them?
There's nothing
Oh no, you're right,
hanging
you're right.
there. There's nothing hanging there. There's things hanging there. There's things hanging
Look,
there.
we've distracted them. Grab their purses.
Oh my God. All right, tell me how you've evolved as a woman. Sorry.
Work in progress. I understand. I feel you. I feel you.
You're the one that I text pictures when I see shit like this too. I'm like, share my rage.
Like, how hard is it really? Same as you, I think, just in different words. I project so much, worried about, like, I am not unaccustomed to being underestimated, which in some way, I'm like, please underestimate me. It's gonna be great. But there's a quote I always come back to when I'm starting to feel insecure and letting my view of myself filter through someone else's, what I perceive to be theirs, which is, what somebody else thinks of you is none of your business. Yep. And I think it's just so succinct. And it's irrelevant. So you have to just embody what you want to be and own that and move forward with that. Anyway.
I don't really have much else to add. I think it's just what Kim was saying is, I think for so many years, especially as a young woman, you're constantly trying to live up to other people's idea of worthiness, validation. And once you finally decide that I get to decide what I'm worth, then nothing else matters. You're free. You're suddenly free. So I encourage all of you to just make the decision for yourself of what you're worth, and then you'll be free.
Steve out like the canary in the coal mine.
We do.
If they're gonna kill somebody, make it be Steve.
Yeah, we send him out first, and if he doesn't like have an arrow through his chest, then we go.
That makes sense. That makes sense. If there's not an uprising, it's safe to go.
Exactly.
There's still oxygen.
You get it.
We're no dummies. It's not our first rodeo.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mhm.
Did we do good?
How did it
Thank
go?
you so much, thank you.
Great. So much. Yeah.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Alaina Huffman, Kim Rhodes, Samantha Smith,